I'm Chad Finn from Boston Globe and Boston.com at the Sloan Sports Analytics Conference, hosted by MIT at Downtown Convention Center. It's probably what you think it is, which is a way to learn more about sports through statistics, to think critically and analytically, but it's also been very candid. You learn a lot of things, even if you're not into the sabermetrics, the statistical analysis in sports. You learn a lot of things about professional athletes and why guys work and why players don't work in certain situations, and it's a very interesting, very rewarding thing. I'm here with Daryl Morey, the Houston Rockets general manager, and one of the masterminds of this. Is that what we call you?
Jessica Gelman and myself are the co-chairs. Yeah.
Well, it's grown every year. This is the 5th year. What are your expectations this year? And what does a guy like you still get out of this?
Well, I think I'm constantly learning. We don't feel like we have all the answers, and I think I learned the best maybe from the other sports. Within our sport, there's not a lot of sharing. People try to keep a competitive advantage, so I'm trying to learn from the other sports, baseball, football, see if we can pick things up.
Do you actually find things that are applicable from another sport to basketball?
Yeah, absolutely. Approaches, it doesn't always map directly, but it might spark the idea that we could apply to basketball.
One of the higher profile panels is sort of a nature versus nurture debate on whether professional athletes are born or if you can actually work to get to the level to play in the NBA or play in the NFL or hit a major league curveball. Jeff Van Gundy was on the panel. He was very funny talking about Tracy McGrady, who he cited as a very intelligent player who probably didn't put the work in to become as good as he could. Daryl Morey, who's one of the masterminds of this thing, the co-founder with Jessica Gelman, who works for the Patriots.
Yeah, each panel has its own color to it. I think we've got more practitioner panels, which is like hockey analytics, where it dives into the details of that. And I think we have a lot of panels like that one with Malcolm Gladwell, where we're exploring an idea like practice equals talent, or talent, gives you practice. So.
Talked a lot about guys he's had on his team. Marcus Banks, the Celtics first-round bust, seemed to put more of a priority on being a male model than he did an actual point guard. That was something that we've taken away from this too, that generated a lot of laughs. And it's a really good way to learn more about sports, but also learn more about the personalities and some things you probably wouldn't get from just reading a story online or in the newspaper or watching it on television. It's really quite an interesting crowd. I don't think it's a typical crowd you run in at a sports bar on Friday night.